been with yourself? How you been? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Okay, we're gonna let you load in, give you 5 minutes to get involved and everything like that. I got people coming through, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's allegedly. The notifications are being sent out. We're back in effect. We're back in effect after, the powers that be starts deciphering some of your videos. Because you like to play the music, it becomes a problem. So let's be a problem today, all right? 5 minutes, get right back to you. Holla at your boy.
I need some in the headphone. What? Yeah. I was there with you, sister.
Know what I mean? We up in this piece. We up in this piece. All right, I am True Omega Sun 88. We've been doing this for a while. If you can, go to the old vintage block content from Brianna Abdul. Amazing stuff, right? Then, you know, I decided to step my game into the live streaming area. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know, get a little run. We had some magnificent guests, great artists. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, DJ Mr. Clean on the wheels of steel, you know, delivering the illest cuts and everything. You know what I'm saying? Then you have Ray Love, man. And, you know, we of course, we grow older, and we also had, you know, certain events in this lifestyle and in this life that we have that cause us to, you know, do our pivot thing. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, the love is always there. The love is always there, for real. The love is always there. Yes, indeed. I'm just checking out my soundboard and all that, right? So, the last show I did was Mental Health and Hip Hop Part 1. And I wanted to basically highlight some of the, you know, the artists and the great lyrics that put forth their pain into the music. And this is what, you know, I guess people still want to gravitate to and associate with. That's missing. Every once in a while you hear it, right? You got the new Sister Scarlett, you know, salute to her and her team and everything like that. You know, it's one of the sentiment of, you know, not being accepted all the way through, and, you know, just going against your adversity and putting it on the forefront, letting it be known that, you know, this is how we feel, right? And I mentioned Scarface. If you listen to albums like, I would say, Untouchable, right? If you listen to The Last of a Dying Breed, if you listen to The Fix, he'll tell you in his lyrics, you know, how, you know, the depression was affecting him, paranoia, even a light, you know, bout of bipolarism, you know. And I'm not a therapist like that. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist or anything like that. But these artists will tell you, if you hear close enough and you know, let them speak long enough. Recently, not too recently, I would say like top of the year, Busta Rhymes was talking about his ordeal. You know, it's very candid from the position he was, and this is what makes an artist becomes more relatable, because more than often it goes out. These are the sentiments in the community. This is exactly what's happening. We want to hear about the pain because we deal with it ourselves. I always talk about what Road to the Riches did for me. You know what I'm saying? That whole the song itself is just dope music. Shouts to Coogee Rap, DJ Polo, right? With the drive and ambition, and, you know, the wanting to sculpt yourself into a greater person, you know, around you, especially if you have a skill. That was all initiated in the first verse. And he put it in effect. You know what I'm saying? List Benall, you know what I'm saying? Like, Coogee Rap, man, you got to get into his lyricism and also his wordplay. Nothing better, man. For me. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to, you know, delivering a message about the pain that you're going through as an artist and the ordeals that it took for you to get to where you need to be as a man, that becomes quality material. Tupac is one of the best ones that sold it out. You know what I'm saying? And when I say sold it out, I don't mean like, you know, for payment. he put his life on the line. Let you know where his pain was coming from. Shed so many tears, dear mama, tired of all his pain, Hearts and Men. It's all in his catalog. You know what I'm saying? Black Jesus. Well, you could go on and on. What you want to do with it? To the end of time, he makes you feel exactly what he's going through at the time he's going through it. And that makes him a more relatable artist. And when we start to see those great artists, they were able to basically balance it out and still make, some joints, some solid joints. Fast forward to what we have now, and you'll see it when we talk about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Definitely. And salute to them both. I'm going to be respectful. Salute to them both. The twist here is, and even J. Cole, I don't like to, admit him out just because, he chose to find his peace, which is very important. He chose his peace while others chose violence. You got to understand that, but don't take it away like he's not a formidable MC or somebody that's, not uber talented and intelligent. You know what I'm saying? He knows where these things can go, especially when, and this is one of the topics, I would say, the bylines of this live right here is the fandom behind the artist. And when you have a dedicated fandom, they're willing to do a lot. They're willing to do a lot more than what the entourage and the actual artist is readily available to do. They're totally invested. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the bloggers, totally invested for their guy. But to what extent do they hold their guy accountable? Do they make their guy aware? And when I say guy, I mean guy and girl. I'm just being very colloquial about it. You know what I'm saying? So, very even kill. Do they tell this person, the artist, that you're going kind of too far? Another thing, another instance actually, event that happened not so recently was the Nicki Minaj versus Meg Thee Stallion interaction. It was getting ugly. It was very ugly. It was very ugly. Megan's Law and Nicki trolling her mother that passed and stuff like that. It was just like, that's totally ugly. And that's where we come to right now as a people, into straight ugliness, which is crazy. Make sure you hit that like button. Hold on. Hit the like button, why don't you? Yeah, man. Make sure that you hit that like button for appreciation of the content. Or just, just to say, yo, what's up, yo, Mega, you doing your thing, whatever. With Megan and Nicki, it became, very twisted because the fans are willing to go there. They're willing to battle and beef with each other so that, their voices are heard, and you can say like, "Yo, we're not backing down. We're not backing down." And there was some ugly shots thrown. And more, definitely when we go into certain artists, that people have their thing about that artist at the time. This artist can do no wrong. And then you have the bloggers and the people that talk on the side that they kind of, throw salt in the game. They make it a hostile environment. You know what I'm saying? You got people saying Beyonce's internet. Beyonce. I dig it. Well, I dig it. Because they want to control, and they will attack. They will attack. I don't know if you guys seen the what movie was it? It was a show. I think it was a Prime original, Swarm. You know what I'm saying? Where the artist just gets, mega large and, just, this humongous, larger than life type of personality. And the people that follow this person are fevering, to the point that, they put it in. They put it in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have now. So when we go to Kendrick and Drake. I always said that Drake has a cult. I'm sorry, that's where I was going with it.
Come on,
I always said there's a cult of Drake. He can do no wrong in certain people's eyes. People know the whole Drake catalog, word for word. Ain't never been to this country. Holla at your boy. Give him that. You gotta give him that. He's been that influential. And for the life of me, I don't understand why people say, well, Kendrick is a little wordy. Be the same ones that grew up on Big Daddy Kane and Rakim. Like, yo, what are you talking about? We dealing with highly advanced word schemes. You got Keith Murray out there, that was talking about the beautiful. He was making his words up, making them. You know what I'm saying? What am I laughing? What you just stop playing with? Keith Murray was making words up. How do you use beautifulness in a song except that you're hood? You're in the hood. And we loved it. And this is what makes Ghostface Killer. Colorful character, saying straight up a G, don't get it twisted, but he'll throw the color character on to make the wordplay official. And then he got the bravado behind it with the cadence. The cadence is how you say a word, how you say a thing, and the slick style with it, you got some oomph to your sentence, to your conversation, to the word you're about to say. You know what I'm saying? And he throws that on there, with the Shaolin perspective, the God body presence and all that. But Scooby Snack Jurassic Pack booby trap, like what the? Like, yo, what you talking about? Where my man's at? Come on now. And part of me, because I had to change around there we go. Here we go. Get this laugh on real quick. The Scooby Snack Jurassic Pack booby trap. 10 years working for me. Yo, but it sound fly, so you can't deny it. Redman is another one. Colorful lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'll be that video right there and the song Sema, who got the keys to my beam up? Jack move whenever we team up. Oh man, yo. This is what the essence of lyricism. So when we go back to the mental health portion of it, right? We want to feel elated. We want to feel encouraged. We want to feel like we're empowered by the lyrics, but we also want things to move us. Biggie on his first album, the last song, with the thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Thoughts of taking himself off. You know what I'm saying? He enters in this dark place. When I die, how can I want to go to hell? Because I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard for me to tell. He takes you all the way in, lounging with the goodie. I'd rather smoke blunts and shoot dice all my life. He takes you on a road of the darkness that he was immersed in already, so you can understand why Juicy was such a major, important part. You can even understand why he put the child, his firstborn, on the cover of the album. Holla at your boy, man. Come on. Come on, man. He wanted you to feel that, and in respect to the time period that everybody wanted you to, follow the story of the artist, so you can see where they were coming from. So you would buy future processors from future product. Nas when Illmatic, and shouts to Illmatic, was just 30 years right now. 30 years of Illmatic. It's also 30 years of Onyx, something like that, right? Onyx, oh man, another Onyx again. We're gonna do that. Queens was getting busy, but Illmatic, when it first comes on, you get the wild style snippet. You know what I'm saying? And the question is asked, what else? And he says, "Yo, it's Illmatic." What the hell is Illmatic? you find out by the time that and the primo joint come on, and you just like, yo, you totally immersed in the story of Nasir Jones, straight like that. What could you do? You're polarized. By this time, you're a fan. You're a fan. Absolutely. And what could you do after that? You're listening to intricate lyricism. You know what I'm saying? On the block shooting, trying to start the revolution, catch a body, head to Houston. Come on, man. But, you know, we don't get into the mentality that it took to even put those lyrics in place. You know, especially after a period where it was more lighthearted and you're just like in the middle. Remember, the shift was from intellectual, mathematical, diabolical. It was into that to, you know, we had the DOS effects. DOS effects, oh man, super group. It was so hard, you know, ayo, but it was comical at the same time because it let it be known that, you know, we could get ill with the lyricism, but it's still street, it's still, you know, ruggedness. You know what I'm saying? You know, banana split, hot put spit. We out there. You know, but we was coming from that era and starting to clear up what the rhymes was doing, and then people started getting more grittier, going into like horrorcore and straight street rap. You know, AZ, phenomenal job as a debut on Life's a Bitch, Illmatic album. Phenomenal. You're like, yo, if you wanted to come into the industry anyway, where you can get the street cred, the lyrical prowess, respect, the cadence, the flyness, sex appeal, you know, whoa, and just impact, AZ, Life's a Bitch. Give it up. Straight like that. Everything you needed as a complete artist, coming in, debuting in the set, AZ. But like I said, Nas took you to that level, like, yo, this brother got something to say. We already heard, you know, bits and pieces on Back to the Grill Again, and what's the other joint? Back to the Grill Again, and it lose my mind. Oh, it's like that, y'all. Yeah, that one. Back Live at the Barbecue. We already heard he's about to come off, right? Boom. He lays it out there, gives you his feelings, where, you know, feelings and thought patterns in the joint. Biggie gave you his feelings and thought pattern later on the line. These are templates that were set by people like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Which was different from an MC like LL, who also gave you feelings in I Need Love. Had Hard Rock singing that song. Like, yo, that's a real feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's a real spiritual energy thing going on. You know what I'm saying? So when we start to hear the clear references of mental health, was definitely with Tupac. Definitely with Scarface. You know, they telling you what they was going through. They telling you, you know, the dark times. They're verbalizing to you, you know, things ain't always a smile. You know what I'm saying? Things ain't, even though they had a song, they smiled. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? But things is not always, you know, what you plan it to be. They can be getting money and still be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling right. You know what I'm saying? Now when we get into the fandom, is those that got won over by that person's story and became an excessive fan. Like I said, the artist can do no wrong in their eyes. Even though they did a ton of wrong. They're all over the place, you know what I'm saying? Living this decadent lifestyle. And that's why I fast forward to Drake. It's not so much that he's a great artist. You got to understand, to deliver this work to massive audience is a task. it's a selfless task. You got to really, immerse yourself into the product, to the skill. You have to be able to deliver with confidence. You know what you're about to do, and you have to perform at a high level. You know what I'm saying? And if you got kids in the Philippines and kids in Korea and kids in Brazil and all these other places memorizing your lyrics, we're going to say it's his lyrics. Stop playing. I know you out there. Y'all wild. We're going to say it's his lyrics, okay? For now, okay. He still delivered the lyric in the cadence that you needed it, on the right tempo, on the beat. So that ghostwriting thing, it is a thing. Don't get it twisted. But to deliver it to the audience is a whole nother leap. It's a whole nother leap. You got to have some artistry. You got to be an entertainer. We talk about Bismarck and Big Daddy Kane when we get into that. You know what I'm saying? And, other artists as well that we can bring out that used a line or two, used an anthem here and there and, put it all together and became the masterpiece that it was. And, other people get writers' credits, which is good. It's an economy. This is the music business. Emphasis on business, which we could do more of, some good business, right? So Drake fans feel that Kendrick was out of line. And Kendrick fans feel like Drake was out of line. J. Cole fans feel like, we want to go to our next Dreamville bike rally. I'm sorry, Drake. I'm sorry. Sorry, J. Cole. I love Dreamville is dope. Bass, Omen, I think Oshun is in there. I'm not sure. He has some artists, you know what I'm saying, that needs to be out there more often and pushed out into the mainstream media. But they have followings as well, which is totally dope and awesome. You know what I'm saying? But us as consumers and us as listeners, we get the backstories more than we get, the actual potency of the lyricism. Meaning that because of the advanced media challenges that are presented, and the push for a blogger to come out with this intriguing news breaking element, like, look, we found his drawers in the girl's glove compartment. Like, come on, man, relax. Let us absorb the music first, and then we could disseminate, here and there. But when it starts to turn dark and legal matters start to come into play, it becomes something different. And what we're trying to avoid is a Tupac Biggie thing, which was basically bigger than the both of them. Honest, you want to be honest about the situation. It was handled poorly, as said by Kevin Powell. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was young. The media was like, who can get to the press first? Who can get the story out first? Who can get to the disc first, disseminate it, and be the talking authority? I'm not the talking authority of this. This is subjective view. If you feel that the artist that you feel represents your lifestyle and the quality and the standard of life you live is better performing the body of work than the other artists, that's on you. There's your truth. It's my truth. There's these other two people's truth. And then there's the real truth that's collectively understood. I think we came to that point without saying so much. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Just holler at me if it's in the chat section. Can I get the chat section going on? What's going on here? Okay, there we go. So, more mental health stuff. Like I said, Scarface mentions on Dying of a Last Bleed, alcohol and Demerol took me to the other side where the sun ain't shine, and I think of Finna Earl. Tells you about, trying to escape the darkness and the paranoia that comes with celebrity and still have a foot in the streets. Holla at your boy. DMX tells you, slipping and falling, can't get up, back on the feet so I can taste. Because he's battling an internal battle. And it absorbs your interest and makes you want to get and find out, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with them. But most importantly, it also points a finger at you, like what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? It brings a new reality to the table. That there's there's a reflection that has to be going on. You still have to get your wits together. And it's encouraging. You know what I'm saying? It's encouraging. And that's what we ask for artists to do. Yeah, you can give me the party joint. You can give me the joint that make me, feel a certain way when I'm trying to get this pay, trying to get the bread and all this. I'm chasing and all that. But let me know the pain is there too. Let me know that I'm not the only one feeling this. One of my favorite songs of all time, actually, is "The Ghetto" by Rakim. Planet Earth, my place of birth, born to be the sole controller of the universe. Size of matter, I hit first. Oh man, the rough gets going, the going gets rough. When I start flowing, the mic might bust. People in the States think it was earthquakes. Yo, he took it from so detailed and made it broad, so you can travel with him from the smallest speck. Billions of cells with one destination, reach the better spot, life's creation. 9 months later, job well done. Make way, cause here I come. He took you from there all the way to your path. You know what I'm saying? Your path of purpose and existence. So whatever you're going through, you can triumph from it. Holla at Rakim. Stop. Where's my stuff at, man? Y'all playing with me, man. Where? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're playing. Shout out to Rakim. And when you have an artist that can get you immersed into, where they're coming from, it becomes a different ball game. A different ball game. This is what takes that small artist and make them larger than life. So you're able to, appeal to them. Ghostface Killer, the same way when they All That I Got Is You. That related to so many. I seen when I say hard rocks, I'm talking about, dudes that have made it the toughest thing in like 8 counties break down and cry for that. How could they went through it? Because they went through it. They know what it is. 2 at the foot, 2 at the head. Didn't like to sleep with John. He beat the bed. Like, yo. And they'll take it back, to those days. Roaches coming out the cereal box. We forgot the struggle. Because everybody wants to live opulent and lavish and and they're spending out of their means. We all are. Don't get it twisted. I just seen the report today. The inflation rate is 3.4% higher than it was last year. Who are you fooling? Everybody's making $100K, but we can't get proper education for the kids. Who are we fooling? Who are you fooling? Okay, let's say you're making that money. You're giving just as much money back to these designers. And not just clothing designers of the mental state. Social engineering. Who are you fooling? Is the emperor with no clothes. You can have all the fancy gear and all the fancy adornments. That, what AZ said in one of the raps, Sugar Hill, we're in the finest raps Hella's ever made. Hellers. I love that line. The line was so solid. Well, come on, where you at, man? Where you at? We're in the finest rap Hella's ever made. Caribbean cuisine. Oh, man. And that's what we want. We strive for, a better way of life and, greater standards, better quality stuff. And I'm actually working on something now where the fabrics that you wear can produce a frequency. The fabrics, not just the sound, because the sound, immerses into your skin when you really get into it. So it's good to have, the frequency music going on, 528, 437, 471, and stuff like that. Boom. But the fabrics can also be a plus or a minus in what you wear. Oh man, it's so deep. The fabrics has a frequency. And remember, we're coming from off the age where the cotton is blended a lot. You also have a lot of dyes in the clothes, a lot of dyes, a lot of polyesters, rayon. It's good to have certain clothing, but then there's other clothing that can raise your vibration or help your vibration be sustained. Man, this is deeper than music. Deeper than music. Let's go. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And what can we have in store is you'll get more rappers starting to emulate what Kendrick did, not just in the beef situation, because that was very analytical with his approach, which can throw an artist that was already acclimated to mainstream success. So not to say that Drake can't get on a line like that, because he showed improved. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? The Taylor Made joint, very, very well woven into. But when you're so far removed from personal value issues and morality, you look awkward going back to that. So it's like you sell out on one level to reach the stage of prominence, then you sell out. If you sell out the prominence to go back to a level where you can get relatable, it looks weird. And that's what was being called out. That what was being called out right there. Because if it was real from with your vantage point from point A to point C, it would be congruent. We can hear you do that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a body of work that says, he gave one level this and he gave another level that. Jay-Z is the prototype for that, the blueprint. I can't front, can't deny it. Not at all. Jay-Z was able to weave in the what's my side show going on? What's my side show? Stop playing with me. Don't play with it. Jay-Z was able to weave in the street level, struggle level, keep it thorough on that level, and also the opulence, the aspiring viewpoint to get to the next level until he got to that level. You know what I'm saying? Also give you the party joints and also give you the street joints. Very strategic, very very purposeful, and at times it even looks effortless. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you differentiate between Jay-Z's trajectory and Nas's trajectory. Nas is a person that is he's intellectual, but he'll also rest on his emotion to inject into the intellectual, so he can give you that that relatable story. And he's clear with his viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? And he's articulate. So, intelligent thug stuff. That's the Queen sold the intelligent thug stuff. Crazy. Shouts to Queens. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Queens. Where you at? Real, you know what I'm saying? Because they were able to do the and shouts to Tragedy Gaddafi for doing that. Shouts to Trash. Coming up with the articulation inside of the rhymes, sprinkled a little bit of 5%ism, you know what I'm saying, the ism, and also the street thug mentality. Like we're gonna win as best as we can. Another one that felt the pain and was able to deliver that was Prodigy. Salute the Prodigy. What's going on? This man, and salute to Havoc too. Don't get it twisted. No, Havoc was totally responsible for the first album, not after Poetic Prophets, into the Infamous. And Prodigy, as a statesman, was able to deliver the cadence, the voice of the people through the mic, and through the conviction of what he was going through, able to help you feel his pain to make it your pain. You understand? He was able to make his pain feel like your pain. So when he talks about, rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone, like you all alone in the streets, because it's like he was talking to himself too, but he's talking to you, talking to the rest of the world. He's a spokesman for that. Like, I'm a little dude. I'm only 19, but my mind is old. You know how many people feeling that? They're like, yo, that's the pick right there. That's the pick. That's the pick. Okay, let's go on and further to mental health. PTSD, a post-stress traumatic disorder. It's not a disorder. It's a challenge. It is a disorder when it really gets out of range of what can be controlled, right? So you got a person that may have grew up in the projects or grew up in, a house next to a highly volatile scene and hear a delivery of gunshots, right? We've had reports from people that come back from war and they were actually, have loose bowels, heavy sweats, panic attacks, dilated pupils, shell shock, catatonic states, just because of the backfiring of a car, right? What makes you think these kids are not going through that as well? Or how about just a scenario of having to walk, to school or to the store and having to see these scenes of debauchery, illicit behavior, crime, pettiness, manipulation for a 4-minute walk to the store and back, and having to be able to survive the social interactions in between. Another favorite song of mine is That's the Way of the World, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Child is born with a heart of gold. The ways of the world make this heart so cold. This is why. Oh, if you follow my other page or you know who I am and all that stuff, when you get to the other page, I'm going to do a whole thing on that. Thug Life. And if you know the acronym for Thug Life, you know where I'm going with it. Because it's a worldwide thing. Shouts to Pac. I'm trying to package it before his birthday, and I've been off my dean. One more joint. I know.
Boy, you shaking like a stripper. Tighten up.
Yeah.
So disappointed in
Just like I got to get all this on the soundboard, and I rearranged the whole software package. Hopefully everything is working properly. I got a nice feed going on. Come on, man, where you at with it? Hit the like button, why don't you? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna eat regardless.
I'm gonna eat regardless. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we working it out. Okay. Cameron, another one. SDE album showed the pivotal transition. Who else? There's a bunch of the Spice one, because I don't want to alienate anybody from any other place. You know what I'm saying? They can go from MOP to UGK, where they have songs about people that passed. So that's dead and gone, and that's one day you're here, baby, and the next you're gone. So people have been living with this stuff, put it into the music, and making you feel, your own experience. You know what I'm saying? Getting you to reminisce and getting you to understand the pain that we all go through. It's a global thing, baby. And we gotta, Love is Blind, a beautiful song about DV. Violence amongst a woman in the household with the man that she loves. Beautiful. By Eve. And, it was pushed great. I think the push could have been even greater if people really absorbed what what was about. You know what I'm saying? It could play on till this day and give these young girls, a visual and an example of not what to get into. Don't just feed your lower wants, your lower self, your desires. Get with somebody that has character, somebody that has compassion, and really feel you. So you don't get into a situation like that where they feel that the only way to be masculine is to put their hands on you. Love is Blind. This is what we're missing from the new age artists, and the powers that be know it. And I'm not going to say just the powers that be, because it's also up to the consumer. The consumer votes who's up. And that's why Kendrick, what they don't like us, is a masterful work. Where you at? A masterful work. Let's go again. No, don't do that.
That's what I'm talking about.
A masterful work.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Y'all not getting what they not like us is like. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do it. The heart should have told you, the heart point 5 should have told you enough. Don't mess with this man. He's really feeling it. When he emulated the rhyme pattern, cadence, and style of Nipsey Hussle on the last verse, that said enough for me. He's willing to go there with it. Like, yo, this is how much I love this dude. You know what I'm saying? The heart, that's my heart right there. Nipsey Hussle, I'm going to throw him in the rhyme, and I'm going to sound like him for his fans, so they understand that he touched me in a way like he touched y'all. That's one and the same. That's that one and the same type of thinking. Not all artists do that. See, y'all not. Oh man, and the people that he chose were very pivotal people in pop culture. And what is pop culture about right now? Pop culture is about the exploitation of. I'm not going too far. I'm going too far. I'm going too far, especially when it comes to street culture. Especially, people like to see a good drama. People like to see the anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? People also want to know that their heroes they make mistakes. And I'm totally immersed in the Marvel universe right now, and I just got that out the What If. I'm still like maybe 3 episodes, I got to see about that, but Invincible, the Infinity series. Shoot, the Quantumania. I hope we can get another movie out of it. That'll be good. You know what I'm saying? But just the way they said, when I say they, anybody that could pay you money to get you to not to do labor, like physical labor. I can't even say physical labor. Demanding, back-breaking labor. How about that? Can hardly say that too. Anybody that can get you to a point where you can make money that can change 20 families' lives, you're basically in a different place of understanding. You know what I'm saying? They can make and break that person. Why? Because how many times will you be set up in order to take care of 20 households. How? How many times? And then just as quick as you get it, you got to be able to keep it. Imagine the struggle, the turmoil that goes on in your head. And it's not that you feel, you don't have to be obligated to that. Now you're obligated to, your higher self or whatever's in you to make you a better person. What if you're not connected with that no more? You've been so jaded, but you got all this bread. You know what I mean? Somebody told me this a long time ago. Right now, if I was to give you $500,000, what would you be able to do with it in the next 30 days? That didn't have anything to do with you. Now, it's easy to say, well, I'm going to go to so-and-so, give a charity away here. I'm going to go give it to 100 different homeless people. But when you start calculating, it's like, who's really deserving? Who's doing the work? If I do put this institution up, who can I trust to run it? What invaluable investment would come from this load, this windfall? Okay, what about my own personal pursuits and my desires? And then starting you being in your own head. And not to say that you can't do it. You got to slow down. But you don't have time. Brewster's Millions was a movie like that. They gave the man $30 million to spend in, I think, 30 days. And if he was successful in spending all the money, he would get $300 million as an inheritance. Brewster's Millions. And man, it was on. It was on when it was on. You know what I'm saying? So, fan frenzy and fan fanatics. Like you can get an MF Doom fan knows all the lyrics, swears by MF Doom, and MF Doom is one of the dopest artists that didn't get too much airplay on the mainstream radio. You'd have to be a fan to understand that. Sean Price, another one. Rest both of their souls. You know what I'm saying? I'm going somewhere with this, right? Sean Price, another one. I think he was one of the best MCs ever. Then you say, why? You're like, why Sean Price? He understood the balance of music on the fan level. He's a fan himself. So his wordplay would differentiate from project to project, but he didn't skimp on his wordplay. You know what I'm saying? His character was always there, his wittiness, the personality, the rhyme structure. He was a master of the craft. And then we have Eminem. Eminem as a cult. There's a cult. I'm sorry. Yeah, people respect his lyricism. It may not all be my cup of tea, but he could do damage. He knows what's a double entendre, triple entendre. He knows how to flip the schemes up. He's aware of the word placement capabilities. He'll even throw a little bit of his soul in there, because that's another secret ingredient. You know what I'm saying? It's like the 11th herb and spice on a KFC chicken. You know what I mean? You got to know how to throw a little bit of that soul on there. So like, okay, yeah. Where we differ is the relatability, but it pays off for him because most of the people in the country he is look like him and are just as rebellious. You know what I'm saying? They still have that sentiment. So he wins in that. But it doesn't transfer over to, the activity that may be readily available for you. Whether in what the gated community at Peachtree, wherever, to South Central Gates to, you know, Queensbridge Hood. It doesn't relate to you. You're playing something different because that's where your lifestyle is positioned. In Chicago, you're playing something different. You might be playing Twisted. You might be playing LEP Bogus Boys. You know what I'm saying? Down south Memphis, you might be playing them, on Mode 3. You might be playing 8 Ball and MJG, Glorilla. It all depends on where, you're existing and what resonates with you more, where your relatability is. So as a fan of the craft, you supersede all of that. You take all of that away. You know what I'm saying? Where my red at, boom. You take all of that away and you go straight to the tenets that make a good song and make a quality artist. Cadence, wordplay, lyrical dexterity, the ability to freestyle, ability to perform, ability to work with others. Because you got to be able to, collaborate and still come out on top. Competitiveness, body of work. Do you have a song that make people cry? Do you have a song that make people laugh? All these things that embody a great artist, or what we would call essence of the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Heavy D, essence of the GOAT, SSO. I mentioned Sean Price. I mentioned DMX. Essence of the GOAT. Made you go all over the place with it. You know what I'm saying? And who we have now, of course, they're, beautiful, excelling, interesting artists. Everybody from Meg Thee Stallion to, Rhapsody, and she don't get enough play. I think she should get more play. Definitely. Where's the horn at? Man. She should get definitely more play. Rhapsody. Cardi B. I ain't gonna front. She's dope. She has a personality. And this is what you're selling to the public. You can't front. And now that a lot of the industry has been downsizing, we're going to have to, as consumers and as fans, really, if you support the artist that you like, you'll big them up even more. You would have to really put them on your shoulders in a good way, in a good light. Show the best light of them to the world, while media and opportunistic bloggers and so forth and so on show the worst light. This is your job now. It's your turn to make the industry over again. Hip hop is 50. To do another 50 is going to take the fans. It's going to take the public to say, this is what we want. This is what we're riding with. This is going to be our soundtracks for life. No, not for life, like, you play the stuff every day. No. But if you love hip hop the way you say you do, you're going to call people to account. You're going to make sure that they press their body of work to fit what's needed in society and not what's desired. Because you could desire to do all the dumb crap all day, but what's needed, something totally different. You know what I mean? And I think we're getting there. Before I end, met the brother one time, and when you see somebody with such a light, first of all, it's kind of larger than life in his own way. We had an interesting conversation about boots, and the level of passion that the brother had showed me that, yeah, this is really what I do. And I definitely had to acknowledge that. You know what I mean? And shouts to Clean, who DJ Mr. Clean, and a couple others. I think Pete was a part of it too. That was really pressing for this brother to come on the show for so many times, and I was, fortunate and honored enough to meet him one time. Just to listen to them talk in interviews and stuff like that. So, and then finding out exactly who he was after the fact was like, wow, it's interesting. And then to see the outpour of people that really respected, admired, and loved this brother was just totally overwhelming. So, two people actually I want to send salutes, rest in peace, sleep in peace, and paradise, in you know, prosperity for your family, strength and comfort for you and your families. First one is Dallas Penn, who I'm speaking about right now. Dallas Penn, let's get it all the way up. Come on, let's get it all the way up. Brooklyn's on, man. It's fashion forward and everything like that, man. If you can, do your Googles. I think he's the one to say that. I don't know. Do your Googles. And school friend of ours, school friend of mine's, from high school, a soldier, a young lady that's with a beautiful smile and a beautiful essence and spirit. I actually got to run into her the last time at the Spike Lee exhibit in Brooklyn Museum. And when they called me off guard. Like, damn, you know, shoot, it's messed up. I Deli, Miss Erickson, salute to you. Have a blessed one. May the ancestors, for both of y'all, may the ancestors and the eternal essence, may the ancestors guide you to the eternal essence, and you have peace to your families. Now, I'll be coming up a little bit more. Whoa, salute, pause, all that, and you know, delivering my word. We're gonna get out of this into the fashion. I'm gonna get out of this into the fashion. And do it 3 times like Dr. Umar. Out of this into the fashion. I'm going to talk about, you know, some important newer fashions and, you know, some definitely pivotal times of fashion and hip hop and how that works. I actually did a little something like that before. What was the name of it? A documentary, freshly dressed or freshly dipped. If you can peep that documentary, come back over here. We're going to talk about it. Holla at your mans. It's True Omega Sun 88. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. One more word.
I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there. And they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly do.
We out. Salute.